welcome you to Chambers High School tonight in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's the spot for our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week, in the 10-2 North Meck Vikings visiting the Cougars of Chambers with sole possession in first place in the Queen City 3A, 4A conference on the line. Hi everyone, Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com tonight. Highly anticipated matchup that has these two teams at the top, 1-2. Chambers 4-0 in the conference standings right now. North Meck at 3-0, 10-2. Their only two losses to a couple of out-of-state teams over the Christmas holidays. The Vikings, the defending 4A state champions from last year, and Division I players on both sides. You see, this is always one of the more fun leagues in the Charlotte metro area. No different this year. West Charlotte at 4-1, and of course a Hopewell team that has suffered two losses on the season. Both have come in conference play. As we get set for tip-off, starting lineups being introduced on the floor here right now on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Once again, we're glad to have you tuned in from wherever you may be. All right, for Chambers, Brian Frazier, the head coach, who's done a really good job. The Cougars making a trip all the way last year to the regional semifinal of the 4A classification before falling to Lake Norman in the state playoffs. A couple of years ago, another regional semifinal appearance. We mentioned Dwayne Lewis, the head coach for North Meck. And this is a Vikings team that got a couple of state championships in men's basketball. You go back over the last 2 decades, and the Vikings with the 4A state championship last year over New Hanover at Lawrence Joel Coliseum in Winston-Salem. We're ready for tip-off here between the Cougars and the Vikings. And set to jump it up is Xavier Young against Taurus Bowie, and the Cougars win the opening tip as we get underway here on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. And Marcus Carr, who averages 20 points per ball game. Tons of high major offers along with Marcus Carr. Knifing into the bucket, no. Second chance, yes. Marcus Carr with the opening deuce for the Chambers Cougars. 2-0 start here in the opening 37 seconds. Mentioned North Meck comes in 10-2 on the year. Their 2 losses to a couple of out-of-state teams. Chadlin Traylor, the Charleston commit surveys for the Vikings. Get it back to the top here, Greg Murray. The North Meck guard heavy yet again. This is similar to the team that won the state championship without Isaiah Evans, who's at Duke now, having to figure some things out, but they have picked up where they left off. And out of bounds, this will give it back to Chambers here at the 6:53 mark of the first quarter. Malik McCotter will control the rock for the Cougars of Chambers. This junior class, ultra loaded for the Cougars. When you think about McCotter, Bowie, Carr. Bowie off balance on the 3, knocks it down. Taurus Bowie gets the Cougars rolling, 5-0 start. Step back trailer, no. Young on the putback, yes, gets it to drop for North Meck. And quickly back in bounds, they get it to Malik McCotter, who's fouled, knocked to the floor, and that'll be the first team foul. It'll go against Greg Murray of the Vikings. Well, Malik McCotter coming into this one, excellent facilitator, 4 assists per contest, right at 13 points. This guy impacts the game in a multitude of different ways as Bowie steps on the baseline and turns it back over to North Meck. With Chadlin Traylor will bring it up for the Vikings, heading to play his college basketball at Charleston out of the CAA for Chris Mack. And Bowie intercepts the pass. Bowie, Euro step, Bowie changing hands and finishing. Taurus Bowie with five of the first 7 for Chambers. Catch and shoot 3 on the way. It's good. Splash from Ashton Pierce. Into the paint. Murray, excellent D, reaches in there to tie it up. And possession arrow will favor the Vikings as we take a second look at that finish in traffic from Taurus Bowie. They need to get the Ashton Pierce 3. This is a 3-year starter for Dwayne Lewis and his Vikings crew. Little token pressure from Chambers. That link, 3 guys in the starting 5 at 6'6". Another 3. Ashton Pierce back-to-back for the Vikings. And North Meck has their first lead of the ball game here at the 5:02 mark. Marcus Carr sizing up Young. Gives off, Taurus Bowie into the paint, scoring in the foul. And a chance at 3 for Taurus Bowie, the junior. Just so long, that 6'6" length of Bowie able to absorb the contact and finish in traffic. With Taurus Bowie, we mentioned about a dozen Division I offers he's up to right now. One of the top players in the class of 2026 in the state of North Carolina. Traylor trying to get a step on McCotter. Step back, Jay. Oh, cash money. Chadlin Traylor buries it, and we're tied at 10 here at the 4.5-minute mark. Bowie looking for space. Bowie surveys, gives it up. Back to McCotter at the top. Thompson looking for Bowie on the back cut. Whistle and a foul before. And it's going to go against Carson Evans. That's his first. Team foul number 3 on the Vikings here in the first quarter. Notable size advantage tonight for Chambers. Trying to feed it inside. They get it to Carr. He'll skip it. McCotter, NBA range 3. And it's off the mark. Rebound pulled in by Carson Evans and the Vikings. Traylor had the pocket picked. Uh-oh. Bowie, showtime! And Chambers retakes the lead, 12-10. Back and forth we go here in the first quarter. Slicing in, short on the floater. Loose change picked up by the Cougars. Cameron Thompson on the rebound. And this should take us to a media timeout with 3:27. Chambers leading 12-10. We'll be right back on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week.
I am Bruno Hinojosa and I live in Asheville. I work in construction and I just enrolled in NC Medicaid. I went to their website. applied, and got covered. Doctor visits, yearly checkups, and even emergency care if I need it. Being a business owner can be stressful at times, but knowing that I got covered, it just takes weight off my shoulders. And I can get the care that I need when I need it at low or no cost. And it's one less thing I need to worry about now.
NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
12-10 lead for the Cougars of Chambers here on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week as we come back to you back and forth. Multiple lead changes. Get your popcorn ready if you don't already have it, folks. Back and forth we go in the first quarter. And a whistle and a foul away from the basketball on Malik McCotter. That's going to be his first. And team number 1 on the Cougars here with 3:17 to go in the first quarter. Kendall Lewis here with you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Glad to have you tuned in from wherever you may be tonight. North Meck coming off that 4A state championship a year ago. Traylor gets into the paint, and he's fouled on the pull-up jumper. Chadlin Traylor will go back to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Chadlin Traylor, a kid that heavily recruited out of the class of 2025. He was close to a dozen Division I offers and decided on Charleston. Chris Mack, Jeff McGinnis, great coaching staff. And Chadlin Traylor heading to play Division I basketball next year. McCotter driving kick. Carr for 3. Marcus Carr. Give him 5 of the first 15 for Chambers. (15-10) lead for the Cougars. Into the paint, tapped around. No, Xavier Young slices in to clean it up off glass. McCotter quickly back into the front court, gets it to Carr on the spin, smooth as silk. And folks, if you're wondering, that's why Marcus Carr is a high major recruit. Traylor dials it up from deep. Young skies for the rebounds. Picks back up, shot fake, Davis into the paint. Carson Evans will kick it back out. Traylor on the step back. Traylor, you betcha. Chadlin Traylor cooking right now in the first quarter for North Meck. 17-14, back and forth we go. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kendall Lewis here with you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Standing room only tonight, as you would expect between these two. Big rebound for Bowie, and whistles come in. And a foul against Carson Evans. And that is going to be Carson's second. Team foul number 4 on North Meck here in the first quarter. Bowie looking for space. Gets down the baseline, kicks it back out top. And the Cougars quickly reset with McCotter. Malik McCotter, 4 assists per ball game. Carr sizing up Traylor. Back out front to McCotter. McCotter, quick jab. Bowie, he's got lights out range. Pulls up on the jumper and cashes in. Taurus Bowie, give him 2 more. Catch and shoot on the 3, you betcha. Ashton Pierce, his second make from deep. 19-17, and the Vikings with the answer there, pull back within 2. Trying to feed it inside to Thompson, couldn't get it to him. Tapped around, rebound Vikings. And Ashton Pierce bumped along the sideline, a whistle and a foul on the Cougars. And it's on McCotter, that's his second. So McCotter going to have to take a seat. And QJ Young will check in for Chambers, the first time we've seen him tonight. Young and ultra-talented sophomore, really good 10th and 11th grade class for Brian Frazier and his Chambers Cougars. Bowie tracks down the loose board, trying to float it up ahead. Turned over, excellent save. And Xavier Davis goes up and gets it for the Vikings. And Chadlin Traylor will bring it into the front court. North Meck a chance to tie or take the lead here. 6 seconds left in the first quarter. Traylor steps back on a three, off the mark. And the first quarter comes to a close. It's a good one, 19-17 on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Chambers by 2. We'll be right back. (19-17) as we come back to you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week with Chambers leading by 2 over North Meck, the first meeting between these two teams. Greg Murray pokes it loose to start things in the second quarter. Slicing in, and the finish through contact. How about Ashton Pierce? The glue on last year's state championship team. Pierce with the finish in traffic ties it at 19. Carr, the flush. In both of these teams, two of the best in the 4A classification out of the same conference doing battle tonight. And you're seeing it haymaker after haymaker here early in this game. As Chadlin Traylor tries to drive in and lost it out of bounds. This will go back to the Cougars. Folks, if you're just tuning in, Malik McCotter picked up his second late in the first quarter. He's on the bench right now for Chambers. That's a guy that averages 4 assists a game, 2.1 steals a game for Chambers. Chadlin Traylor calls a play from midcourt. Pierce has had the hot hand. He'll try it from 3. Heat check and rebound pulled in by Bowie. Up the floor come the Cougars. Bowie off the bounce. Bowie spins, kicks, open look for 3, short from QJ Young. And a whistle and a timeout. Dwayne Lewis and the North Meck Vikings. We will keep it right here. On our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. When you look at what Chambers is doing, 70 points per game right now, 8-5, and you go, how has this team lost 5 games? They've played several of the top high schools in the country, not just the state of North Carolina, but a couple of prep schools like Dynamic Prep. Right before Christmas, Berean Baptist, a really good private school. And Brian Frazier, a guy that played for Jim Baker at Catawba College, the head coach, who has guided this Chambers team to a couple of regional semifinal appearances and a regional final appearance going back 3 years ago. Looking to get over the hump, and they've got the talent, the sophomore and the junior class, to really make a deep run this year in the 4A classification. Evans, he'll pull up on the jump shot and rolls it in. Carson Evans, smooth stroke from the right elbow. We're knotted up at 21 apiece. Carson Evans on the floor for North Meck with 2 fouls right now. Carr spinning down the alley. Oh, kisses it off the window. Marcus Carr muscles it up for 2. Traylor quickly on the other end draws the foul. Don't blink, folks. These two teams already on the other end of the floor. That's how fast-paced this game is. And Chadlin Traylor going to head to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Vikings of North Meck. We mentioned Chadlin Traylor heading to play at Charleston for Chris Mack, who's the head coach there. And Chadlin Traylor certainly had his fair share of options on the recruiting trail. And swirls in the second when we're tied at 23. Just under 5.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Malik McCotter back in the game with 2 fouls. Driving in and finishing. That's Cameron Thompson for 2. Carson Evans gets into the paint and slapped on the arm going up. Carson Evans will head to the free throw line for North Meck. Carson Evans, 6'2", 170 pounds. This kid is a leaper and was big a year ago on that state championship run. And North Meck had to win their regional final game against a really good Lake Norman team. That was at Lawrence Joel Coliseum in Wake Forest. And then the state championship against an undefeated New Hanover team. And how about the slam on the other end for Taurus Bowie? Deep 3. Tapped around, loose ball picked up by Cameron Thompson. And North Meck gets it back to the bucket and the lay-in for Ashton Pierce. Every time you think the Cougars might pull away, North Meck answers, and they tie it back up at 27 here, midway through the second quarter. Driving kick. McCotter can't knock it down from 3. And a whistle and a foul. Charged on Marcus Carr. That's the 3rd team foul for the Cougars here in the second quarter. And that North Meck, we talk about the state championship a year ago, battled some injuries in the first 3 rounds of the playoff run. Trey Maxwell was out for a couple of those games. Big time block by Bowie as he turns it away. McCotter trying to go coast to coast. And offensive foul. That's going to be McCotter's 3rd. Wow, we mentioned he picked up his 2nd late in the first quarter, so McCotter's going to take a seat, and that'll take us to a media with 3:57 left to play in the first half.
NC Medicaid is for people just like me.
Adults who don't have children.
People who serve.
People who do the heavy lifting.
Childcare teachers.
Full healthcare coverage at low or no cost.
Doctor's visits, emergency rooms, and prescriptions.
So if you applied before and didn't get it, apply again.
NC Medicaid covers more people than ever before.
Get full healthcare coverage at low cost, no monthly fees, and $4 max copays. NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
We're tied at 27-all in our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. We appreciate you tuning in from wherever you may be. Two teams that are undefeated in the Queen City 3A, 4A conference. This is a battle for sole possession of first place tonight. North Meck at 3-0 in the conference. Chambers at 4-0 in the conference coming in. And the first meeting between these two teams, they'll play again in a few weeks at North Meck as we get set to get back started here in the second quarter. 3:57 left to go in the first half. Well, it's been back and forth. Both teams have had the lead in the first half. Trailer skies and throws it down. Clear the runway. Chadlin Trailer. And North Meck retakes the lead. Carr, drive and kick, open look from three. It spins off from Desmond Martin, his first shot attempt of the night. Trailer, stutter step, kicks it back. To the top, Pierce wants it. He's had the hot hand and does it again. 3 triples in the first half for Ashton Pierce. And timeout, Chambers. Take a look at the explosiveness of Chadlin Trailer. And then the 3 ball from Ashton Pierce, a kid that you're going to see at the college level in just a few years with his 3rd make from distance tonight. And we take a look back at those standings that we were telling you about. This is what's at stake tonight. You've got West Charlotte in 3rd at 4-1 in the conference. They picked up a big win last Friday night against, at the time, a Hopewell team that was unbeaten. And Hopewell dropping a game a couple of nights ago to Chambers, 80-73. That was a really good game. That's a really good Hopewell team sitting at 2-2. This league is going to be fun. One of the best in the state of North Carolina, not just the Charlotte metro area. As we come out of the timeout here with 3:06 left to go in the first half, it has been back and forth, a mixture of everything. And Malik McCotter on the bench for Chambers with 3 fouls. Notable foul trouble for North Meck. Carson Evans with 2 fouls right now. Good shot fake. On the pull-up, Jay along the baseline. Desmond Martin cashes in. Evans had it poked out of his hands. Chadlin Trailer tracks it down. Trailer off a screen, spins. Trailer, pull-up jumper, no. Tapped around, and QJ Young, the rebound for Chambers. QJ Young, the sophomore, in for Malik McCotter right now. Martin, deep 3. Can't knock it down. Rebound, skied for by Xavier Davis. Clean steal right into the hands of QJ Young. Numbers, Young missed the lay-in. Bowie on the follow. Can't get it to go on the doorstep. Rebound Vikings. Trailer backs his way inside. Fades away. Offensive rebound, back up, and a foul called. Xavier Young, the junior at 6'4", a workhorse inside for the Vikings, to try and clean that up and draw the contact, and he'll head to the line to shoot a pair for the Vikings here with 1:36 left to play in the second quarter. Boy, just a lid on the basket on the other end for the Cougars. A couple of chances, a missed layup, a missed putback, and Young strips the net on the first. We mentioned both of North Meck's losses this year were to a couple of out-of-state teams. They have not lost a game to a team in the state of North Carolina entering tonight's game, and they've got their largest lead at 5 here with 1:34 left to play in the first half. QJ Young, number 2 in white, sophomore in. Martin, baseline jumper, you betcha. Desmond Martin, a couple of jumpers here in the second quarter, pulls Chambers back within 3. Driving in through contact, and Ashton Pierce draws the foul, and he'll head to the free throw line. Let's take a second look. And it's on Marcus Carr. And that'll be his second. Chambers is over the limit here for the rest of the way in the second quarter. You get Ashton Pierce at the free throw line for North Meck, and steps up and cashes in on the first. Well, Ashton Pierce, a kid that is receiving plenty of college interest, just a junior, another one of those 2026 guys. I tell you what, the 26 and 27 class getting great exposure tonight. When you think about Bowie and McCotter and Carr for Chambers, you look at Ashton Pierce, Xavier Young, the junior class for North Meck. Carr spins in the paint. Can't get the jumper to go as it spins out. And rebound off to Chadlin Traylor. Traylor attacking, Traylor finishing. Chadlin Traylor, so explosive, gets the 10 and lays it home. Lead up to 7 for the Vikings. Murray, a steal, numbers. Drops it off. Open look from 3 for Pierce. And then a whistle and a foul on the Vikings underneath. Trying to corral the rebound. We'll take a second look. And they say Xavier Young with a little shove in the back. Charged with the foul. 16 seconds remaining in the first half. Bowie will bring it up the floor. The Cougars have really been hampered with foul trouble in this first half. McCotter has sat nearly the entire second quarter. Bowie to the rack. Had it blocked out of bounds. Cougars wanted body contact, no whistle. 1.8 seconds remaining. Quick inbound. Carr, the 3, good if it goes. And the first half comes to a close. North Meck, a late push in the second quarter. They lead at 38-31. We'll be right back on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week right after these messages.
Years, Scott Taylor was the man in charge on the hardwoods at Myers Park. In his 8th and final year there, the Mustangs won the most regular season games in school history and won the 4A state title. Now Taylor is the man in charge at a brand new school that did not even exist a year ago or have a gym a few months ago.
Yeah, there was a gym here, but it didn't look like this, right? The structure was in place, but even then, the first meeting that I had with Coach Pogue, our athletic director, was up there in the cafe up at the front of the school, and everything else was under construction.
Including all the athletic programs. So Scott Taylor was given a clean slate to work with when it came to starting a basketball team.
It's a different opportunity to create a bigger, broader community, and that comes with a different feel, but that's no less special. It's no less significant. It's just unique.
And as the head coach of the Ambassador Christian Lions for a short period of time and just 2 games into their schedule, Scott Taylor has already had a huge impact on his players.
Coach Taylor has been big on leadership and just teaching us the right way to play the game.
Just establishing like a new strong culture that we can carry on for years with us and after us when we leave.
Yeah, it's been awesome just being able to play for a guy like Coach Taylor. He just wants us to come into practice every day and just give 100% and then just dial that into the game.
With the Lions at Ambassador Christian, Jeff Taylor, WCCB News.
Folks, I want to remind you that tonight's Bahakel Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by 988lifeline.org. That's 988lifeline.org. Call, text, or chat 24/7. Let's get through it together. All right, let's take a look at the first half highlights between these two, and there were plenty to go around. Taurus Bowie with the flush early on in the first quarter. Malik McConnor, nice driving dish here. Marcus Carr had the hot hand to start things off for Chambers. And then we saw some foul trouble from the Cougars in that second quarter. Malik McConnor picked up his third. He had to sit virtually the last 5.5 minutes of the first half for Chambers. And North Meck able to go on that big run. And Taurus Bowie, a big first half. They take a look at this deep three from Ashton Pierce, who hit 3 triples in the first half for North Meck. And they lead it 38-31. The Vikings on top. Battle for sole possession of first place in the Queen City Conference. We'll have the second half right after this. We come back to you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week, 38-31, the largest lead of the game for the Vikings of North Meck. They made a late push in that second quarter to extend it out. As we take another look at the highlights, they were so good in the first half, we got to give them to you again. Taurus Bowie, Marcus Carr, Malik McCotter. Of course, that has been a three-headed monster this year for the Cougars, and we mentioned McCotter picking up his third late in the first half in the second quarter. And Marcus Carr able to muscle his way up for two. Again, Division I talent on both sides of the ball. You look at North Meck, it was Chadlin Traylor and Ashton Pierce, big first halves, as well as Xavier Young, guy that has really done a nice job of rebounding the basketball for Dwayne Lewis's crew so far this year. 38-31, 7-point lead for the Vikings of North Meck. And we've got the second half coming up after these messages. (38-31), North Meck with the lead over Chambers here in halftime of our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. We will be somewhere every Friday throughout the month of January and into February on our Bahakel Hoops package. And tonight is living up to the bill, no question about it. Multiple lead changes, multiple ties in the first half, and we are almost set to begin the third quarter of play here between Chambers and North Meck. These two teams, longtime rivals, and they have gotten familiar with one another even outside of the conference. You think of the last few years, they've met up in sometimes 3-4 times a year. in the conference tournament and even into the regionals and the state playoffs. 38-31 our score right now as you get a look inside of the Cougars huddle. Brian Frazier and his crew trying to take sole possession of first place tonight here in the Queen City Conference. This is a 3A, 4A split conference, so you've got a couple of teams that are 3A in this league in West Charlotte and West Meck. And then you've got the rest of the conference at the 4A level. These two teams here, 4A classification. And looking to make deep runs. Chambers right now 13th in the country, or excuse me, 13th in the state of North Carolina. North Meck number 2 in the latest 4A West rankings in the state of North Carolina, and that's for the 4A West. And you look at Chambers' record, 8-5 right now, 4-0 in the conference, and this is a team that has lost 5 times to some teams that are ranked nationally. As we mentioned, Dynamic Prep, Berean Baptist, a couple of big-time high school programs that they played right before Christmas. Now, both of these teams poised to make a deep run. Open look from 3 to kick things off. It's Chadlin Traylor from deep here to start the third quarter. Catch and shoot 3. Chambers trying to answer no. Offensive rebound. Back up. Cameron Thompson cleans it up. And Cougars needed that one. 41-33, 32 seconds into the third quarter. Trying to drive in, high off the window. It wouldn't drop for Carson Evans, and he's fouled. We'll take a second look. Carson Evans at the free throw line. This kid gets to the free throw line about as much as anyone on this North Meck team. Steps up and cashes in on the first free throw. And Carson Evans at 6'2", a leaper for the Vikings. And Dwayne Lewis and his Vikings crew a little bit undersized coming into this. You think about Chambers, they start 3 kids in their starting 5, 6'6" or taller. Bowie in the corner, lethal three-point shooter. You saw it in the first half. Trapped, and a timeout taken by Brian Frazier in Chambers. We'll keep it right here with 7:04 to go in the third quarter. Brian Frazier, as we mentioned, played his college basketball at Catawba for Jim Baker, who coaches the Cannon School here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And really polished player in his time for the Catawba Indians at the D2 level. And you look at Dwayne Lewis, a state championship a season ago. Trying to repeat this year. Both of these squads, when you think of Charlotte high school basketball, it goes no further than North Meck and Chambers. And this conference has been dominated by these two teams really over the course of the last decade. But you throw in Hopewell, West Charlotte, this conference, fun to watch. Mallard Creek as well. Carr sets his feet from 3. It spins out. And Murray pulls in the rebound. Chadlin Traylor will bring it up the floor. Murray all alone. He'll try it from deep. McCotter saved it in bounds, but then Martin's foot was on the baseline. And this will give it back to the Vikings. Baseline out of bounds here with 6:47 to go in the third. Chadlin Traylor surveys the floor. They kick it. Murray, corner pocket 3, no. Big rebound from Marcus Carr. Bowie, he'll pull up from deep. This one's saved, but right back to Carr. Out top, McCotter. He'll try it from deep, you betcha. Malik McCotter, who was a little bit quiet in the first half, hampered with foul trouble, knocks down the three for the Cougars. Traylor short on the jump shot. Young had it blocked, and North Meck just plenty of opportunities, crashing the offensive glass, sticks it back in for two. McCotter to the bucket, McCotter the finish. Malik McCotter, shifty. Only 5'10", 130 pounds, just slithers to the bucket and lays it home. Driving kick, Traylor, he'll launch from three. Through the hands of Bowie. An offensive rebound, Young, and North Meck capitalizes. Xavier Young extends the lead back to 9 for the Vikings. Bowie calling for it inside. Bowie, acrobatic move, couldn't finish it. Slicing, dicing, Evans. Wild shot, and then a whistle. And an offensive foul. It's on Carson Evans. And that'll be his third. Team foul number 2 on the Vikings here in the third quarter. Big possession right here. 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. McCotter picks up his dribble. Carr surveys, he'll pull it from deep, short on the three, and rebound pulled in by Xavier Young. Shot fake out top for Pierce. Traylor into the paint. Traylor, the finger roll. Chadlin Traylor tack on 2 more on the finish inside. And Bowie spinning, gets hacked on the arm. He was fouled. Take a second look at the replay. And that's Carson Evans. That's his 4th. So Dwayne Lewis has to go to his bench. Alex White checks in for the first time tonight for North Meck. Bowie looking for space. McCotter on the step back. Tough shot. He got it. Malik McCotter. Big shot. Trims the deficit back down to single digits. 49-41 with 4 minutes left to play in the third. Traylor gets a step, kicks it. Long 2. Tapped around, out of bounds. And it's going to stay on this end with the Vikings. And it should bring us to a media timeout. It does, with 3:52 left to play in the third. 49-41. We got a good one tonight in Charlotte on Bahakel Sports.
I am Bruno Hinojosa and I live in Asheville. I work in construction and I just enrolled in NC Medicaid. I went to their website, applied, and got covered. Doctor visits, yearly checkups, and even emergency care if I need it. Being a business owner can be stressful at times, but knowing that I got covered, it just takes weight off my shoulders. And I can get the care that I need when I need it at low or no cost. And it's one less thing I need to worry about now.
NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
North Meck leads Chambers 49-41 as we come back to you here with 3:52 left to play in the third quarter. Kendall Lewis here with you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Vikings utilized that late push in the second quarter. These two teams playing about dead even here in the third. Traylor gets into the paint. Traylor the finish. Chadlin Traylor, one of the best slashers in the state of North Carolina in high school basketball that you'll find. And a turnover back to the Vikings. Still plenty of time in this ball game, but can Chambers manufacture enough stops back to back? And the sweet lay-in by Traylor as he gets a step. 12-point lead for the Vikings. Carr kicks it back to the top. Bowie, he'll launch from three and connects. Taurus Bowie, a big-time three for Chambers. Slicing in, Bowie rejects it. Martin into the front court for the Cougars, attacking and finishing. Quick 5-0 burst as Desmond Martin lays it in. And we'll take a second look at the replay. Desmond Martin has been a nice spark off the bench. He is one of just 3 seniors on this Chambers roster. This is a sophomore, junior, loaded Chambers roster. And Martin stepping up in a big game, a battle for sole possession of first place. Traylor, the step through, couldn't finish it. Traylor back up and draws the foul. And Chadlin Traylor will go to the free throw line for North Meck. Chadlin Traylor, when we look, this is a kid that is a double-double kid per night for North Meck. But the interesting thing about it is how many times he gets to the free throw line a game. And we've seen that. He manufactures a ton of points getting to the charity stripe. He is as good of a driver as you'll find in high school basketball. But a tough cover because if you try to guard him tight, he'll blow past you. If you lay off of him, he's got the capability to shoot the three, and we've seen that tonight as well. 8-point lead for the Vikings. McCotter on the pull-up jumper, no. Traylor lobs it inside. Young goes up, counted in the foul. And a chance at 3 for Xavier Young. This to push the North Meck lead back to 11 here with just over 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. And he does just that. 57-46. Bowie had it poked out of his hands. Traylor attacking. Traylor, the lay-in over the front edge. Just no answer right now for Chadlin Traylor. And a timeout, Chambers. We'll keep it right here on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. And take a second look. Chadlin Traylor just getting downhill in the finish. And the largest lead of the game from either team at 13 now with 1:50 to play here in the third quarter. Well, there's a lot of questions about the Vikings coming into this year. Could they replace the likes of Isaiah Evans and Trey Maxwell, who were a dynamic 1-2 punch? And North Meck has just picked up where they've left off here coming in to this season off of last year's 4A state championship. And for Chambers, 8 wins. We talked about their non-conference schedule. It's been really good this year. And losses to some of the top teams in the country in high school basketball. But right now, struggling to find an answer for Chadlin Traylor and the North Meck Vikings here late in the third quarter. It is Chambers basketball with 1:50 left to play in the third. Kendall Lewis here with you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. North Meck trying to make it a clean sweep here tonight. The North Meck women got a victory over Chambers in our first game tonight on BahakelSports.com. This is a big possession right here. Chambers desperately needs a bucket. Bowie looking for the baseline, sealed off. Dangerous pass. Martin can't finish from close range. And rebound Ashton Pierce. Pushing the tempo, attacking and finishing. Xavier Young the lay-in. Carr spins in the paint, the kick. Little shot fake for Martin, they'll get it back to the top. Carr driving in. And whistles. We'll take a second look. Team foul number 3 on the Vikings. And Marcus Carr to the free throw line for the Cougars. First one spins off for Marcus Carr. Tell you what, these in a game like this get magnified, especially as we approach the fourth quarter. Second one's up and good. 1 of 2 at the stripe for Marcus Carr. Makes it a 14-point game, 61-47. And a little full court pressure by the Cougars. Traylor drives, kicks, wide open 3, you betcha. Ashton Pierce again, his 4th make from downtown. Bounce this one inside. Thompson trying to go to work. Thompson, tough shot, gets fouled going up, and it's on Xavier Young. We'll take a second look. And 4th team foul on the Vikings. First free throw spins off for Cameron Thompson. Thompson's a guy that only a 7-point per game scorer, but almost 3 assists, almost 3 steals a game. Offensive board, McCotter, and he banks it back in. Able to clean up the 2 missed free throws for Chambers, and it was much needed. 64-49, 14 seconds to go, third quarter. Traylor sizes up Thompson. Traylor in the paint, kicks it. Open look for 3, off the mark from Davis. And the third comes to a close. Double-digit lead for the Vikings. 8 minutes to decide sole possession in the Queen City Conference when we return. 15-point lead for North Meck. 8 minutes to decide this one. And sole possession of first place in the Queen City 3A, 4A conference at stake in the first of 2 regular season meetings. McCotter, open look from 3, can't get the bounce. Bowie, the stick back, wouldn't drop either. A lid on the rim, and rebound Vikings. Trailer attacking. It's tapped around, back out front to Pierce, and North Meck's going to try to burn some of this clock here on their opening possession of the fourth quarter. Trailer, pull-up jumper, no. Thompson the rebound. Bowie off the hedge, he'll attack. Bowie trying to drop off and stolen away by Trailer. Pierce, coast to coast, changes hands. And Ashton Pierce quietly going about his business here in the second half. They skip this one to the corner. L.J. Jackson, who's in here in the fourth quarter for Chambers. Carr, he'll launch on the 3. And off the mark, rebound pulled in by Xavier Young. And Chambers just cold from 3 here in the second half. Trailer gets into the paint, drops it off. Easy lay-in by Xavier Young. And all of a sudden, this lead is just ballooned to 19 for North Meck. Carr on the baseline J connects. First 2 points of the fourth quarter for Chambers. And timeout, Dwayne Lewis in North Meck. We'll keep it right here. Here's a look at those standings. This is what's at stake tonight. North Meck with a win gets sole possession of first place. West Charlotte sitting there at 4-1 in the league right now. They got a big win last Friday right here on BahakelSports.com against, at the time, an undefeated Hopewell team. And, of course, Chambers with an 80-73 win Tuesday night, just a couple of nights ago, against Hopewell. So Hopewell tonight trying to snap what is a 2-game losing streak. They're only 2 losses of the year. That's a really good team that Jerron Goodson has over at Hopewell this year. This is going to be a fun league. It's going to be a conference that I think just kind of beats up on each other this year, if you will. And tonight, going back to that late part of the second quarter, North Meck made the push and had a 7-point lead at the half, and that thing has been extended here early in the fourth quarter. And they lead by 17, 68-51, with 5:47 left to play in front of what is a standing room only crowd tonight. You would expect no less when these two teams get together. Pass intercepted by Bowie, and an easy lay-in. Deficit down to 15. Murray had it knocked out of his hands, another steal. Carr, he'll launch from 3, and he hits! A quick 5-0 burst by Chambers. Trailer pressured. Trailer nowhere to go. Trailer had it knocked out of his hands in a tie-up. Jump ball the call, and possession arrow will keep it with North Meck, but I think Chambers thinks it's supposed to be their possession. Now there's just confusion here. It is North Meck basketball here with 5:06 left to play in the fourth quarter. Another takeaway. McCotter drops it off. Carr, the slam. Don't go away, folks. 7 straight for the Cougars in a 10-point game. Another steal. Carr had it knocked out of his hands. It'll stay on this end. Baseline out of bounds with 4:39 left to play. And I don't know what Brian Frazier said in the last huddle, but whatever it was, it has worked. Chambers looks like a different team the last 90 seconds. And you get a look inside of North Meck's huddle here with 4:39. And ever since this pressure has ramped up for the Cougars, they forced 3 straight turnovers that has led to points on the other end. We mentioned Chambers and that length. When they go into the different types of full court presses, and we've seen Coach Frazier mix and match his defenses in tonight's game, but so much length. 3 guys in their starting 5, 6'6" or taller. And just the ability to really shrink the floor, if you will. And it is Cougars basketball underneath their own hoop here with 4:39 left to play in the ball game. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. Inbound goes to Carr. Carr pressured by Traylor. Carr, and they call an offensive foul. Take a second look. And just kind of hook Traylor. And it'll give it back to the Vikings. Traylor gets it into the front court. Long 2, rattles off, rebound Bowie. Still time for the Cougars. McCotter thought about the 3. McCotter into the paint. McCotter couldn't finish. What a move to get to the 10 and just left it short. Traylor picks up his dribble. Traylor drops it off and won't drop, out of bounds. It'll be Cougars basketball with 4:04 left to go. Big possession right here. Clock not on the Cougars side. Carr calling for it inside. Carr back out, shot fake, L.J. Jackson. L.J. Jackson, little scoop and score. Smooth as silk, and a single-digit deficit now, 68-60. North Meck going to eat some of this clock, and the decision going to have to come in if you're Chambers with just 1 team foul. At what point do you start to foul here? 3:24 left to go in the game. North Meck eating this clock up here. Got to think about fouling here. I think if you're Chambers, this thing approaching 3 minutes. Inside they dish it, Young, and just playing keep away right now are the Vikings. Young, the flush! Bowie cuts back door. Bowie the lay-in. Back to an 8-point game. A dangerous pass. Traylor gets it into the front court for the Vikings. North Meck can eat some more of this clock up. And stepping out of bounds, a turnover. Davis stepped on the line. It'll be Cougars basketball with 2:13 left to play. We'll be right back on BahakelSports.com.
NC Medicaid is for people just like me.
Adults who don't have children.
People who serve.
People who do the heavy lifting.
Child care teachers. Full healthcare coverage at low or no cost.
Doctor's visits, emergency rooms, and prescriptions.
So if you applied before and didn't get it, apply again.
NC Medicaid covers more people than ever before.
Get full healthcare coverage at low cost, no monthly fees, and $4 max copays. NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
(70-62) with 2:12 left to go in the ball game. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. North Meck an 8-point lead. And Chambers needs points. They need them fast. Bowie nearly lost his footing over in the corner. And Bowie draws the blocking foul on Carson Evans, and that's going to be number 5. He's done. So Evans is done with 1:57. He's fouled out of the game. And it's just the first team foul on North Meck. Carr off a screen for 3, buries it. And a quick timeout, Brian Frazier. And that just shook things up. Down to a 5-point deficit, Marcus Carr over the outstretched arms of Chadlin Traylor. Tell you what, all of a sudden at about that 4-minute mark of this fourth quarter, we saw Chambers put it in another gear. They forced 3 straight turnovers, turned it into points. And North Meck trying to get out of here with a win and get out of here in sole possession of first place in the Queen City Conference tonight. And folks, this is just the first meeting. They're going to go to North Meck just a few weeks from now. And rest assured, that will be just as fun over in Huntersville when these two teams play again. That's on February the 7th at North Meck. Again, a multitude of Division I talent on the floor from both sides tonight. We saw Chambers lead for the majority of the first half. North Meck has led the entire second half. 1:48 left to play in the ball game. And here we go. Vikings struggling to get it in. They get it to Traylor, now back to Davis, who gets it into the front court. Numbers, and an easy lay-in. Xavier Young with a deuce, extends it out to 7. McCotter, he'll try a 3, can't connect. And now for Chambers, forced to foul as North Meck gets it to Traylor. And that was just the second team foul by the Cougars. Now they've still got fouls left to give here. And they force a steal. McCotter draws up for 3, and he buries it. 4-point game. And they foul Wilson Estwick, the junior, over in the corner. Take a second look. Malik McCotter for 3. And again, just the third team foul by the Cougars. Now they've got 1 left to give here. Inbound to Pierce. They'll foul Ashton Pierce. Okay, so that makes 14 fouls on Chambers here with 1:07 left to play in the ball game. Estwick trying to trigger it in on the sideline. Estwick struggling to get it in. Murray drops it off. Young denied. Young back up a second time, gets it to go. McCotter across the timeline. Back to the front, driving in, lay-in, drops. It's good. by Cameron Thompson. 42 seconds. Trailer to Young again. He missed the lay-in. Rebound, Marcus Carr. McCotter with 35. McCotter to the bucket. Lays it in. And the foul. Oh, my goodness. And this place, the building, the roof is about to pop off. A chance at three for Malik McCotter, the junior who was hampered with foul trouble in the first half. And he connects. 1 point game with 29.8 seconds left. Nearly stolen. And foot on the baseline, out of bounds. And now there's some contact between Murray and a couple of Cougars here. Take a second look. Wow. (74-73). What a ball game. Chambers, who was down 19 points in the early part of this fourth quarter, has rallied back to trim it to one here with 27 seconds. Everyone is on their feet here at Julius Chambers High School. Sole possession of first place on the line in the Queen City 3A, 4A conference. It is North Meck basketball out of bounds here. 14 fouls against Chambers, just 2 against North Meck. 27 seconds to decide who's moving into first place. Eswick to trigger it in, gets it to Murray. Murray pressured, he's fouled. Well, this is going to send Greg Murray to the free throw line to shoot 2 for North Meck. Well, Greg Murray has not scored tonight for North Meck. He's got a chance to extend this to a possible 3-point lead. He leaves the first one short. Arguably the most pressure-packed free throws Murray has had all season long. Makes the second. 1 of 2 at the charity stripe, 2-point game. 75-73. McCotter with the basketball for Chambers. And a timeout taken by Brian Frazier. And the Cougars will keep it right here on BahakelSports.com. Well, if you're Chambers here, the question is, what do you draw up out of this timeout? There's exactly 19.1 seconds left. And if you're North Meck, it comes down to making a stop here late to try and get out of here with a victory. I'll tell you what, when these two teams play, and when you think about when you're the visiting team in one of these games, this would be huge for the Vikings in a raucous environment to come away with a victory. And you think about Chambers, they trailed, as I said earlier, 19 points in the first minute of the fourth quarter. They have rallied back, and they've got the basketball here with 19 seconds left to play. Plenty of options to go to. Thompson to trigger it in. Trying to find Bowie and deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Greg Murray and the Vikings. And they're going to wipe up the floor over here in the corner. It is sideline out of bounds. And Malik McCotter will trigger it in. 17.8 seconds exactly remaining in the game. Inbound goes to Thompson. Marcus Carr driving. Carr trying to finish. Thought he was fouled. No whistle. Rebound Vikings. And then a foul. Wow, Brian Frazier can't believe it. And Greg Murray to the free throw line with 9.7 seconds left. Murray makes both of these. He can virtually ice the game. Murray back to the line. Missed the first. Now the question becomes, if he hits the second, does Dwayne Lewis tell the Vikings to foul with under 10 seconds in what would be a 3-point lead? Murray to make it a 3-point lead. He cashes in. 76-73. North Meck with the lead and a timeout with 9.7 seconds remaining. And folks, you're getting a look. And now we've got some North Meck players trying to interrupt the Chambers huddle. There's a quick huddle up along the sideline. Everybody on their feet. Inbound goes to McCotter. McCotter across midcourt with 6. He's fouled. That was just the 4th team foul. But about 3 and change seconds went off the clock there. And Brian Frazier and now Dwayne Lewis exchanging some words on the sideline. Thompson to trigger it in for Chambers. Gets it into Marcus Carr. Carr looking for space. Carr for the tie. Can't get it to go. And North Meck survives. 76-73. Off a late rally by the Chambers Cougars. And now we've got a Viking down on the floor. You hate to see this. Not sure who that is on the floor, but North Meck wins it. 76-73 final score. And they take sole possession of first place in the Queen City Conference. For Kendall Lewis, Brady Pugh, and the rest of our Bahakel Sports production crew, we say good night from Charlotte.